I'm Jessica.
And I'm Miley.
And we are
Miley made me do it.
Hey everyone, this is your girl Jessica with Miley Made Me Do It. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please click that subscribe button right now, okay? Click the like button and click on your notifications if you want to see or just get notified when I do another pattern, okay? So I'm super excited about this one, y'all. Like, this is a new pattern company that I am sewing dress for now, which is pretty awesome. So I'm so excited. This is the button and bibs pattern, okay? This is the button and bibs company, all right? Their pattern that I am going to be doing today is this is new. So cute. Like, I love it. I'm super excited about it. The version that I am doing the strap back, okay, where it's gonna be like a crisscross strap back on the back of it. So I'm excited about that, y'all. Like, I love this fabric. My fabric came from fabric.com. So, and I am also doing the dress version. All right, I'm gonna tell you what we have. We have two dress pieces here, which are cutting on the fold. We have 4 pieces here. That's for my main and my lining bodice. Okay. These are my straps. You have 4 of those also, and you have four pieces for your back. Okay. If you have not did this already, when you print out your patterns, this is a must. Make sure that you print off your patterns. Okay. Well, print off the page guide, okay? So make sure that you print off your page guide, so then you won't be printing off all those, because it has some more different options for this. So make sure you print that off, so then you can print off what you want. Like I'm doing the V shaped with the strap. They also have a V shape with the razor back, and a strap, cross strap, like in the front also. Okay, so you have several different sizes and different patterns, pieces, and they also have a maternity one. I'm not knocked up, so I'm not doing that one, okay? But if I wanted to do something for a friend, then I could do that. So I'm just doing the regular schmegular dress, okay? Since this is a knit pattern, this is the Heat and Bond stretch tape, okay? I love this. I live by this. This is gonna be great. So this is great for hemming the bottom of your skirts and stuff like that, especially if you're using knit fabric, okay? So make sure you get that. As I go along, I'll let you know of different things that I can think of. Make sure, another thing I need you to make sure is I've already, like, here marked where my notches are, okay, on my bodice and straps in the back piece. Make sure you do that. Let's get started. Okay, so grab your 2 bodice pieces here. You're gonna have the main and the lining. I'm using the same fabric, but it's okay. Okay, so I'm gonna put this one to the side, and what you're gonna do is we're going to separate our bodice pieces here, and this is gonna be my main, okay? And then we're going to put this right sides together. You see this straight edge here? This is your center, okay? So we're gonna put that on top, just like this. And since I'm doing stripes, I gotta make sure that my stripes are lining up, okay? And then we're gonna pin. I'm gonna take this to my machine, and I'm going to do a 3/8 inch seam allowance, okay? I'm gonna do the same step for my lining piece. Okay, so let's take both of our bodice pieces, main and lining. We're gonna do a 3/8 inch seam allowance here, okay? Using a stretch stitch. I'm gonna do that and I'll be back. Okay, so I want to show you how to do the chevron version. The black and white one, that's pretty much if you want to just use any other regular fabric. But if you want that chevron look, this is how you do it. You grab your pattern, and on the pattern it has your grain line for the main and your lining, okay? So this here showing, this line is your grain line, okay? This is your main line. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna match this pattern, this grain line up with the lines on your fabric, okay? So what I did was I just got on here, make sure I got enough fabric, but I just picked a line here. So I just picked this blue line. So I want to make sure that this line is going to be all the way across, okay? So what I did, I just fold my fabric, my pattern in half just to make sure that I got it. I'm using that same blue line there that I've already have, okay? All right, so I just folded in half where that grain line is, okay? Match it, so it's on that line. So now all you have to do is take it and you're just gonna cut, okay? And I have my fabric fold together, okay? So let's see. I'm gonna use my remote real quick because I don't know where I did my other thing. So we're just gonna cut around it, okay? Okay. All right, so we have that cut out. So now what we're gonna do, we're going to take our fabric and do like we did with the first half. So right, that's what your bodice look like if you're gonna do that, do the chevron version, okay? All right, I'm gonna finish this up and I'll be back. Okay, so I have my lining and main piece together. As you can see, I just pressed open my center seam here, okay? I did that on both of them. So we're gonna put one of them to the side and turn this one right side up, okay? Just like this. Now grab your strap piece here. You should have 4, but we're gonna do the main one first. And as you can see, I have my little marking, all right? And we're gonna put this right sides together here, okay? So this marking needs to match the same marking that it is here, okay? Because it's gonna be at a slant, like a little slant, okay? Just like this. Again, at that shoulder seam. Gonna do the same step for your lining, okay? I'm gonna take this to my machine and I'm going to do a 3/8 inch seam allowance here with a stretch stitch, okay? So I got that one done. Now let's do your other one. Okay, let's take this to the machine and sew. Okay, so I have my shoulder seams attached. I've also just went ahead and like press open my seams, press my seams open here. I did that for both my main and my lining. Okay, now grab your lining and we're gonna put these right sides together, okay? All right. Okay, so I have them right sides together, okay? And how we're going to sew along the armhole here, all the way to the back here, leaving this open along this other side around the neckline here, leaving open, and along the armhole again, okay? And I'm gonna pin that where you're gonna be pinning. So we're gonna be using a 3/8 inch seam allowance. So let's pin. Okay, so let's take this to our sewing machine and we're going to sew the 3/8 inch seam allowance. And I will also trim some of around my neckline here. Just trim off some of that seam allowance, okay? Just don't cut through the threads. I'm gonna do that and I will also turn this right side out. Gonna do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my bodice almost done. Gotta turn right side out. Now let's get our back bodices, okay? Put this to the side. Grab your back bodice, your front and your main. I've also have my back bodice marked, okay? And we're going to take this and we're going to put the right sides together, okay? At the center seam. This is our center seam. We're going to put them right side together. just like this. And we're gonna pin and do a 3/8 inch seam allowance, okay? Okay, let's take this to our machine and we're gonna do a 3/8 inch seam allowance on the raw edge here. So I have my back bodice pieces sewn together for the main and lining. I've also made sure you see where my little notches are that I'm gonna put these right sides together, just like this, okay? All right, so we're going to take this, we're gonna I'm gonna pin here, and what I'm gonna do is I'm going to make sure, hold on. I'm gonna keep my notches open here, okay? And I'm gonna sew along this top part. I'm keeping those open so then I can stick my straps in. Okay, so I'm gonna take this to the machine. I'm gonna sew here, leave this opening where your notches are, sew along this middle line, leave your opening here, and sew here to the top, and then I'll turn that right side out and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so I have my bodice done, so we're gonna turn this right side out, okay? Now, what we're gonna do next is we're gonna grab our bodice here, okay? Our front bodice. And we're going to put our strap inside of this bodice here, okay? So let's do that. Take your bodice strap and we're gonna put it inside. Okay, let's lift this up and see what it looks like. Match it up with this seam allowance here. And I'm going to pin everything together. So I got it stuck in pin and then I'm gonna sew it, but all right. With that 3/8 inch seam allowance, we're using your stretch stitch. All right, I'll put that down. Making sure your straps are straight, okay? Now grab your other strap here. And we're gonna stick this inside. Okay, so now let's just take this to our machine here, and we're going to just finish this seam allowance here, that 3/8 inch seam allowance, to attach the front straps to the back, okay? We're gonna do that and I'll be back. Okay, so I have my bodice, my back bodice, and I have this all attached. Okay, my straps attached to it. So now let's put our pieces together, okay? So with right sides together, this is my front bodice here, and I just have to make sure, because it gets a little tricky with this crisscross thing. As you can see, I was trying to figure it out. So just make sure that, you know, you just take the time, making sure that your straps are still straight. You see, make sure that was still straight. So you do that, okay? So now let's put it together, okay? Okay, so we're gonna separate the main and the lining, just like that, for my back bodice here, okay? So that's separated. And let's separate our front bodice here. That's separated. Right now, on the camera, it looked like a big thing of mush, okay? But it's separated. This is my main, this is my lining. This is my main here, this is my lining. So we're gonna put these on top of each other, okay? Just like that, matching those side seams. So I'm gonna turn it around, match my side seams here. And we're going to pin. Alright. Okay, so we got that done. That side piece done. Now let's do the other side. Okay, so now we're going to take this to the machine and we're going to sew a 3/8 inch seam allowance, okay? And I'm going to press open my raw ends, press them open, and I will show you what it looks like when I'm done. Okay, so our bodice is done right now, okay? I think this is gonna be amazing. Love it. Oh, and I also trim like inside here. I also trim down the little bulkiness right here where those seams connected. I just trim that down so then it won't be so bulky. So now let's work on our skirt. All right, grab your skirt. And we're gonna right size it together, okay? All right. Okay, now, all right, so what we're gonna do next is take this to our machine. So a 3/8 inch seam allowance on both of the side seams. I'm also going to serge off some of my seam allowance. And I will be back. I want to show you guys real quick on how I am going to hem this, because it's not your typical, you know, box skirt, okay? Well, you know, the regular skirt. It has like, you know, points in it and stuff. So this is the heat and bond heat and bond stretch tape. So I'm just gonna pick a side. I'm gonna go over here on my little side seam here, and I'm just going to take this, turn off my my steam, and I'm just going to put this on the edge of my skirt here, okay? Just like this, all right? And then I'm just gonna cut this off about right here. I'm gonna cut it off, but I'm gonna make sure. And I'm gonna do this throughout the whole skirt, okay? When it gets cool, like this one here this is cooled down, you just take off the tape, just like that. And turn your steam on your iron, and you will do that 1 inch that the 1 inch hem that the pattern is stating. Now I also want to show you how, since I have this already steamed, I will just fold that over by that inch that on top of it, as you can see. So just fold that over by the inch, and then I'll steam some more. Okay, so I have my skirt finished, okay, and I also hem the bottom of them. All right, so now we're going to attach our skirt to our bodice. We're going to turn our skirt to the wrong side, just like this. Okay, and we're going to match our and we're going to take our bodice piece, bring the bodice piece back in. We're going to put this inside of our skirt. Okay, it's going to be right sides together. Okay, just like that. We're going to match the side seams from our skirt and our bodice, and we're going to pin our skirt to our bodice all the way around. Okay, so match the side seams. Okay, and let's pin our bodice onto our skirt. Okay, so now let's take this to our machine, and we're going to sew a 3/4 inch seam allowance, and I'm going to trim off my raw ends, and I'm using a stretch stitch. And I'll be right. And we're done, just like that. This is so cute. I just love it.